So Emma asks, Wolters World, where did you go that you felt affected you most as a person? I'll tell you, the first time I really recognized that I had a lot of privilege and I really was blessed in my life was when I was in Brazil in the early 2000s, and I was at a bus stop in Recife, and I was going to take the bus out to Praia de Galinhas, which is like a beach resort kind of place. And I'm sitting there waiting at the bus stop, and I got my backpack on, and there's this little girl on the ground, and she's playing with burnt matches as her toy. And this isn't like, oh, she just found this burnt match, was playing with it. You could tell that this was her burnt match that she played with for a few days. And I realized, oh my God, like, I've been so blessed, and what can I do to help? What can I do to change these kind of things? And that really affected me. I was a college student. It really was like a eye-opening experience to see that, look, there's privilege out there. There's things we have to do, and what can we do to help? And that really changed my perspective on the world and life, and it really influenced me a lot. Another place that really impacted me a lot on a personal level is when my family went to Rwanda a few years ago, and I knew as a kid, I knew Rwanda because of the genocide in the 90s. You know, it's like 30 years ago now. The genocide where 1 million people were killed in like 100 days. It was horrible. And when we went there, we didn't know what to expect, because there wasn't any travel guides, there wasn't any travel things out there. I mean, if you look on YouTube up Rwanda, you'll probably see our videos pop up because there was nothing there. And we went there, and they don't hide anything. There's all these genocide memorials, and they go through what happened on the genocide. You'll go into a room, the children's room, and they'll talk about this child who loved to play ball and loved her dollies, and she was killed when they smashed her into a wall. I mean, like, oh my God, like you like, my God, I want to throw up thinking about the stuff I read there, right? Like, they're like, no one under 15 can come in because it's so powerful and just so horrific what happened. But then when I'm there and I see the reconciliation, I saw after 30 years, 25 years, how far the people have come and how they've come together and how they found a way to overcome their differences and the genocide and the horrors to try to make their country better. It made me look at the problems around the world and say, look, we can all get along. Like, we can overcome, whether it's political differences or ideological differences or religious differences, we can overcome these things. Okay, and that's why when I was there, it really moved me to, like, look, the world, we can all get along. We can all do better. We can all be togetherness. We don't have to be against someone. We can all be for together, right? And that's why seeing with Rwanda and our experience there and the reconciliation and just overcoming all of that really touched me personally, and kind of my kind of perspective on life of how, look, let's all just try to get along. Let's work together to overcome our differences, respect our differences, and kind of move on with our lives and make the world a better place. So, Emma, you wanted to know about places that really impacted me as a person. Those are two things that really impacted me on my travels. There's a lot more, but I think those are the two that I really wanted to talk about today. So, if you have questions for Wolters World, please put it down in the comment section below so we can help answer your questions about travel and other things around the world. Bye from here in York, England.